This is SeeItEagles.com. I'm the voice of the Eagles, Adam Cavalier, alongside Carson-Newman head softball coach Vickee Kazee-Hollifield. Vic, doubleheader split for you today against the LMU Rail Splitters. Grit your teeth and lose a tough game one, 15-6, but then you bust out the whooping sticks in game two with a 19-2 run rule win. Some diametrically opposed opposites between game one and game two. What did you do to turn the tide in favor of yourself for the second time out?
Well, I mean, after the first, game, you're just trying to regroup everybody, myself included. But we didn't show up ready to play. I think any coach would be disappointed. Gave up so many hits. Defensively, we came out, the first two ground balls should have been outs. Had two errors, the first two at bats, and that set the stage for the rest of game one. But fortunately, we were able to regroup and come out and play hard the second game.
Talk about regrouping. You get the leadoff batter on board every inning in game two, and you score runs in every inning. You bat around twice. How did you get the bats cooking, I suppose?
Well, first of all, I'm glad you noticed that, because on the flip side of that, that's what we have to do defensively. You have to get that first out. So I hope all my kids listen to this and hear you say that. But again, that's critical. And we went to the small game, and we did get the bats going second game. But that's the kind of intensity, that's the type of aggressiveness, the type of cuts that we've got to take at the plate. And again, we talk about hitting. I'm not going to get away from pitching and defense, and we clean that up, we'll be a much better team.
I hope your kids stop listening to me at this point, because I'm going to talk about hitting now.
Okay.
And you bring up small ball, but you also get a couple of dingers as well from Hefner and Cassie Elliott, who both go yard. What are they doing seeing the ball at the plate at this stage in the middle of the season?
Well, those kids, they swing an aggressive bat, but when they get extension, both of those young ladies are explosive. I mean, they can put it to the soccer field, and that's about 250 and 260. But again, pitch selection, but just staying aggressive. And there was a lot of times today we had the green light. It didn't matter what the pitch count was. And you're always glad to see that as a coach.
I got to check on your health. You doing okay? Brayley Angel pegged you over in the third bases box. You still limber, still spry, able to move around?
I probably don't move around like I did 28 years ago, but at least it didn't hit me. But I don't think I moved too quick on that. I told LMU, they were in the dugout, they at least smiled on that. I said, well, Grandma couldn't get out of the way. But I don't care. As long as our kids are aggressive, I'll take one off the shin, whatever. But stay aggressive for me.
Usually I see you back up for Hefner. I think you stayed in the coach's box roughly for Angel.
I was probably trying to help call balls and strikes or something. I'll do that on that left side, because I tell you what, the zone has kind of been moving out and out and out. So maybe that's what I was doing.
Big series this weekend. What do you have to do to get ready for another conference doubleheader?
We will have to play from the first pitch on, and I will say this, with my upperclassmen today, I could see for the first time the disappointment in their eyes, and I mean that sincerely. Those kids have been in the trenches. They've got a lot of game experience, and that's what Carson-Newman softball has to have from those upperclassmen. What a teaching tool they can be for the, I know at times we've got 4 and 5 freshmen, but nobody cares. You're going to have to line up and play regardless the age. So I'm just proud of those upperclassmen and hope they can provide that leadership for the remaining games we have.
Big pleasure as always. We'll talk to you in your coaches show later this week.
All right. Thanks, Adam.
Carson-Newman softball coach Vickee Kazee-Hollifield. I'm the voice of the Eagles, Adam Cavalier, and this is SeeItEagles.com.